waters of your mind. Put your hands together. Welcome. Yo. Mo in the deep end. Hey. ShizzyWhiznut.
My balls are tingling.
Oh my gosh. Well,
My life goal is to meet that. I'm going to wear a shirt. I told Rossman she needs aggressively friendly ass. Don't mind my ass.
Oh, yes. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. Yeah, I'm on my potato cam still. Good morning, Tammy Begard. No, this is, wow. Did we do one before Dollywood? I'm trying to remember the last time we did one. I think right before Dollywood we did
Yeah,
one.
I think maybe, possibly. I can't remember that far away ago.
Oh, it was, I don't know. Dollywood, everything's been a blur since then. Like,
Yeah.
I don't feel normal. Like,
No, whatever Danishness was in that flu or whatever, holy God, I'm still napping more than a preschooler.
I don't know.
Just finding gin.
That could be quite interesting, watching you just like nap. I'm picturing you right now. You know, you finish up your stream and you're walking out of the room, and then all of a sudden you just do that total like head nod, and you're just like standing there passed out.
Yes, pretty much. Mr. Mose called me like a couple times at about 7, and he's like, "Come hang out," and I'm just out. He's like, "Yeah, I tried to wake you up. There was no going."
Yeah, my wife said, "Hey, we need to spend a little time alone whenever you get back." And I was like, I completely agree. I completely agree, because I miss my wife. Oh my gosh. I've got to do it, Mo. I got to do it. I showed you this earlier, didn't I?
It's the
You know
best
it's
thing
coming.
I've ever seen. It's a Friday
I hate my
miracle.
fucking boss and I hate my fucking job. I hate my dumb ex-wife and her stupid boyfriend cop. I hate all other countries and I hate when people talk. But boy, do I love being home alone and jerking off. I jerk off all the time. I jerk off every day. I jack off every night in my jacked up Chevrolet. I jerk off when I'm sleeping and I jerk when I'm awake. And boy, I love to walk down busy streets and masturbate. I jerk off on the couch. I'm jerking off right now. I jerk off to the thought of jerking off and holy cow. I'm deputy.
If you don't send this to Jeffrey Tubin,
Cranking off my junk and that's the only thing I love. In my dirty, muddy pickup, driving bumpy with my dick up, busting all up in my dip cup. I'm the boss of being bricked up, blistered knuckles. I won't quit. I'm busting nuts while on the shit or whiskey, wrangling tipsy twister, jerking off is why I live. I'm the big rig, bone rubbing, sock stain, stroke loving wizard of the wiener. Jerking off is all I need. I jerk off all the time. I jerk off every day. I jack off every night in my jacked up
on the positive side, Luke Bryant has never looked more straight.
I'm jerking off right now. I jerk off to the thought of jerking off and only count. Deputy, a ding dong, drumming, triple gripping, tater tugging, king of cranking off my junk, and that's the only thing I love. Yeah.
When you win your CMA, can I join you?
This isn't mine. I didn't make this one.
Boy, I guess AI really does understand me.
Most freaking
Huh. Sorry, I'm late, folks. I woke up in somebody's yard with dog bites on my arm. So
I would say too soon, but years too late. Years too late.
about 2.5 years too late.
Oh my god. Oh gosh.
No, the funniest thing, God's tagline to the whole thing was John DePetro breaking a tail light on the day.
When that happened, I was like, she's going to be not guilty. That's the omen right there.
I was just like, Alanis Morissette, where are you? An actual case of irony, not unfortunates. Get your ass over here. Stop singing about Dave Coulier. I need an isn't it ironic with actual irony.
And he was trying to get away with it too. If that lady hadn't called him out and videoed it.
And the petty. Can we talk about the level at which this woman executed petty on the street?
Oh,
it's John DePetro. John, is that a tail light? John.
It's not smashed into pieces.
Oh my gosh. You guys just were digging into that like nonstop. There was nothing else to watch except for you guys just having a blast.
Oh, I know. And I've been.
Oh no, Wednesday towards the end, we were like, if this, I was like, I'm drinking. If we're here on day Thursday,
poor Mo would like it'd be like 1 o'clock, and she's like, "All right, I'm hitting the bottle. Let's go, let's go." For like
pretty much.
The whole ever since she got back from Dollywood, she was like, "Yeah, I'm hitting the bottle at this point." So I think I'd like to think that we corrupted her a little bit.
Yeah,
so
I mean,
I'm proud of that.
I was wondering where that bottle of Malort
how
went
anyone
to.
could stand Brennan sober. I was just
poor Brennan.
You know,
he's
as in
0-2
can tonight.
Yeah, he's 0-2 in major cases now. First Whitey Bulger, now this.
Yeah.
Almost like you could have paid me $300,000 and gotten more.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys are going to laugh at me mostly because I didn't know this was a real name. I thought it was a slur.
Oh.
So I was like, who named their child a slur for Italian people?
Oh. He's a real person.
Yeah. But unfortunately, Guido Tennessee, who played in Slapshot, has died at 71 years old. Member of the roster in the 1974 Calder Cup champion and known as Billy. I've never seen the movie. What was his last name?
Yes, this
Charlie
was
Bois?
I've never watched this movie.
You've never seen Slapstick?
No, I've never seen it.
Oh my God. This is like the most classic hockey movie ever. Like,
I know so many people have talked about it, but
I know I've never watched it.
Like I had never seen Jaws. I'd never actually seen Jaws until last Friday.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, of course I know all about it, but I'd never actually sat down and watched Jaws all the way through until last week.
Richard Dreyfuss is kind of hard to look at in HD.
Actually, that is the most tolerable movie I've seen him in.
Yeah.
Like everything else is just kind of whiny. In that one, he's actually tolerable.
Well, doesn't he get eaten at the end?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Spoiler
That's why
alert.
it's good. Yeah, if you've been waiting on your seat to finish Jaws, apparently everyone dies.
What About Bob is great. Yeah, What About Bob was pretty good.
That was pretty good. Mr. Holland's Opus was pretty okay.
Yeah, I mean, he still is just annoying. I mean,
well, yeah.
First movie I was ever exposed to of his was Down and Out in Beverly Hills with him and Nick Nolte.
Yeah, yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. that was an interesting one. Yeah.
Now, a cause of death for him hasn't been released, but this week has been heavy on the losses. We had Anne Burrell, the celebrity chef, and this particular gentleman. So he actually did play with the Pittsburgh Penguins in 1973, and for minor affiliated league in Hershey, the Hershey Bears, I guess. The Hershey
Yeah.
Bears, a hockey team.
Yeah, but not
This
that you
can't
would eat them, but
Well, yeah, the
better than
streak
chocolate
marks.
bunnies.
They're
I mean.
sponsored
Yeah, it's
by
like say
Tide.
better than the Hershey squirts.
Yeah. No one thought this through. No one.
Yeah,
And let's see,
he was up there in age, so I'm assuming, the age might have had something to do with it. Sort of like Sly. I mean,
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, 71 isn't a, disreputable age considering that he was, in a 70s movie that I'm sure was paid more in possibly Mexican marching powder than actual money.
What?
slapstick. No,
Really not.
Slapstick? They were paid in Pabst Blue Ribbon.
that could be it, but it would be more like Molson,
Probably.
Ew.
Oh, or Schlitz.
Now,
Colt
in
45.
In shocking news, and sorry about you, but apparently Lizzo has tried injectables.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
Lizzo and Trisha Payton together in the same podcast. How do you contain all that dumb and hot air?
Well,
That's a question for another internet blogger to answer because I'm not putting myself through that. Not with all the chemical grade weapons in the world. Well, the rumors are true. The pop star Lizzo has admitted that she tried Ozempic along with other things after denying she used medication to shed weight.
But wait. Wasn't she supposed to be Miss Body Positivity?
yeah.
Like she was proud of her size?
Yeah, but
What
can we
happened?
talk about the Roman curtain thing that's going on with those boobulas there? Because let me tell you what happens if you lose weight and you don't work out with it. Them just become Roman candles. You have yards of fabric, a tennis ball at the end of a gym sock, and you have to crinkle that up accordion style into your bra. So, ma'am. I mean, it's not easy, Lizzo confessed during a conversation about Ozempic on Thursday episodes of Trisha Paytas's Just Trish podcast. What in the velour Pepto-Bismol nightmare is going on in this room?
I'm more worried about that backdrop.
Yeah.
What is that?
I'm more worried about the quicksand that's eating that Yiddy necklace that's gonna...
hey, they're holding it up. The bra is holding up the boobular area, which is holding up the necklace. It's a system.
No, the real singer, whose name is Melissa Vivian Jefferson, said she tried everything to lose weight and ended up focusing on counting calories instead of taking the weekly shot. It's just the science for me. Yeah. Lizzo, Mensa member, Scienceologist. She's a
Has she ever
natural
been to
blonde,
Canton?
too.
Has she ever been an expert witness for the Commonwealth?
Oh,
She is part of their Body Reformation Council. Ozempic works because you eat less food. That's it. It makes you feel full. So you can just do that on your own and get mind over matter. It's all the same shit. The
not
poet
true.
laureate of our age.
Yeah, so does
Truly
crystal
the
meth,
Plutarch
but you don't see
that
me
we've been
jumping
screaming
in.
for.
I mean, crystal meth works the same way. You just don't see me going out doing that
What
either.
in the nope?
What is that?
Okay, ladies.
It's a couple of jelly beans.
First of all,
with
Trisha,
arms.
as a very pale person myself, this is not our
No.
color.
No.
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 Look, I don't care what you look like. You can dress in a way to make yourself
That's
look
beautiful.
fabulous. I don't care what your body type is. You can
Yeah.
dress in a way to make yourself look fabulous.
Exactly.
This is horrid.
Mhm.
Look, never in my fever dreams would I make Mr. Mo put up shag carpet wall panels. But how many Muppets did they have to skin? Where is Snuffleupagus? I want to, today's newspaper next to Snuffleupagus to make sure that he hasn't been skinned.
Proof of life.
Because
Well, you're saying it looks like Muppets that were skinned. It looks more like cotton candy from like a carnival, and it's just lunch after they're done with their podcast.
It just looks like a 70s nightmare.
it looks like some kind of nightmare.
I expect Austin Powers to come roll it out at any point in
Yeah,
time going,
baby.
yeah, baby.
It's the fembots, but plus size. It's the curvy fembots.
They wouldn't be fembots, they'd be tonbots.
Tons of fun bots.
Look, diversity was included in Austin Powers, the spy who asked me out after I consented. And again, look, I don't know why one would put any of these on the interwebs, but there you go.
No.
Also, where did your forehead go, ma'am?
I don't know. I think she tucked it under her weave.
I think that's a wig.
Well, no, she's a natural blonde. I know it.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Just like me, her blonde roots are showing.
Oh God.
So apparently Lizzo decided that she would do, a Japanese style diet with lean proteins rather than injection. I'm guessing those shoes are doing God's work right there on those calves. Look, as a person whose feet can swell to Hillary Clinton levels of Arkansas cankles, let me just tell you that those boots are doing God's work right there.
They're keeping her from breaking her ankles at this point.
Oh.
That's a lot of, when you ask why spandex why we don't have any anymore, that's where that went.
Well, yeah, because you don't want to look like a couple of, you don't want to look like a sausage packed into, a skin suit.
But the thing is, she could dress herself at any size and be much more attractive.
Yes.
Ballstorm's right. You don't have to be a size 2 to be beautiful and well put together.
Yeah.
You just have to dress according to your body. And ladies, I'm going to tell you this. Most fashion is by gay men who hate women.
Yes.
We don't look good in this stuff. Front pleats? No. High-waisted mom jeans? Just hell no. Stop.
Well, this right here, the investigator becomes investigated. The home of the Emmy Award-winning Detroit TV reporter who co-hosts podcasts with Los Angeles Rams player's wife was raided by authorities investigating allegations he made unwanted sexual advances towards a man during a massage.
I could see it.
Hank Winchester, an investigative reporter at NBC-affiliated WDIV Local 4 station and host of Help Me, Hank.
Oh, no.
It is not named that. Come on.
Yes. Is married
That's
to
like
Oakland
me naming
County.
my membership the Hand Workers United.
Yes.
It's the most
He's-
beautiful thing I've ever heard.
He's married to Oakland County Circuit Judge Jacob Cunningham, according to Winchester Instagram. The two also share a young daughter. That just sounds wrong.
That sounds wrong.
That just sounds wrong.
Phrasing?
Yeah.
Phrasing?
Phrasing. Beverly Hills police searched his home alongside Oakland County Sheriff's Office while executing a search warrant related to alleged unwanted sexual advances Winchester made towards a man during a massage. Winchester recently studied massage therapy, sources told Fox 2. It's unclear if he was the one being massaged or serving as the masseuse. Winchester also co-hosts the Morning After with Kelly Stafford, who is married to LA Rams quarterback Matthew Stafford. The show occasionally features high-profile guests employed by media powerhouses like Access Hollywood, ESPN. So powerful.
Ooh.
Now, the way they put that, it made it sound like, he just kind of hit on the masseuse. It was 10 times worse than that.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah, the masseuse comes in and he's like, I'm ready to give you. No, I studied. I'm going to give you a massage.
Mutual
The
massage.
masseuse is like, no, this isn't how this works. No, I'm the client.
Their wording is so hilarious.
I'm paying for this.
Winchester was also placed on administrative leave as a result of the external investigation. Todd Flood, Winchester's
It's more
attorney.
for the internal happy ending.
But here's where it gets better.
Oh, God.
Winchester's attorney is confident the probe will flop.
And make a pill for that.
But if it lasts more than 4 hours, please go to the hospital.
And I thought this said something different. It says Hank spent decades bringing truth to our community and fighting for our citizens. I thought it said fighting our citizens.
With that chin, he just goes out and with those veneers, he just dazzles them to death.
It says this investigation will end where it began, nowhere. No charges have been filed. The investigation is still.
The search for truth.
Well, there's always going to be a search for truth.
Okay, why is, again, I don't know who is in charge of the Ark, but Noah, I have some complaints. Weeks of heavy rain have prompted a plague of massive toxic hammerhead flatworms to erupt from the ground in North Texas. Texas, I say this kindly and with a person who doesn't live there, but y'all have nukes. I don't see how this is still a problem.
Oh, yeah. You're issued it as soon as you become a resident.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tactical nuke, what happened? I saw a hammerhead flatworm. They were invasive. I took care of it. You're welcome. It was terrifying. These are like the end times. Even the worms are demonic. Keller, a resident, Adam told Engel on NBC5 of the suburban scourge that has reared its head in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Yeah, no, these are satanic holy fire. Texas, you have all the, force multipliers. Why there aren't just like freedom seeds directly in the ground where all of these are coming out?
Yeah.
Question: did Baker have a layover in Texas? I mean, he
This
brought
is
everything
something out of
else.
That explains a lot. We got the T virus. He went to
Oh, dear
Raccoon
Lord.
City before he came to Dollywood.
That has to be it. He had a layover in some strange place that probably doesn't exist on a map anywhere.
Okay, no, these are snake-like long. No, again, Texas flamethrowers. Elon Musk, come on now. I better see like just forest fires out of northern Texas. Like we done it, taken care of.
Hey, shotguns are great to take care of those problems.
Now,
Yeah.
these invaders also eat native earthworms that tend the soil, which can impact the environment. Okay, Greta, get your crazy looking ass over here. I need you to round these up and put them on your little thing. You can take them to Palestine as a new food source.
Her and Lizzo both. Lizzo can come over there and play her flute like the Pied Piper.
Since arriving in the U.S. from Southeast Asia in the 1800s, the worms have spread across the nation, cropping up everywhere from the Pacific Northwest to New York, most recently in northern Texas, despite, having Texas has known about them for decades. Again, we have Raid, we have lighters. I do not understand why this is still a current day problem.
That's something out of a sci-fi horror film.
I know.
What the hell?
No. They do nothing good. I see nothing useful for them again. Now, while they generally prefer to remain underground, the heavy torrential rain has brought them to the surface, releasing many viral things on TikTok. So what?
So gasoline works really good too.
Again,
I mean,
yes. Do
there's
I need to
plenty of
go
it in
become
Texas.
governor of Texas and
Yeah.
sort this out?
I mean, if you do enough fracking, you could just force them all up.
Hey,
Oh.
Aquanet and a lighter.
Unfortunately, see, and this is the problem. People are cutting them in half and then you end up with two worms. Fire seems,
True.
they're like, don't kill it, don't squish it, don't cut it up because it'll make 3 to 4 more worms. It says nothing about lighting them on fire, and I think that would solve everything.
Yeah.
Now, you also shouldn't touch them because they are toxic. Now, to dispatch them, they say that you can bag them and freeze them. Yeah, take them from the outside and put them where your food lives.
Send them to
No.
Australia.
Or leave them in the salt and vinegar solution. Again,
Yeah.
fire is faster and funner.
Yes.
Now,
Especially when they scream.
I come from a redneck family. So I had a cousin once who thought it was a good idea to bag a rattlesnake and put it in my uncle's freezer.
Ooh.
So when you open the freezer, there was a rattlesnake frozen in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It works.
That'd keep people from eating my fudgesicles. He might have a point there.
Away from the pudding pops. This chicken should reconsider crossing roads. This wayward hen ended up wandering in the front door of Iowa Buffalo Wild Wings, according to an animal rescue organization. The poor confused chicken was rescued by the Animal Rescue League of Iowa at a Des Moines franchise of the sports bar themed restaurant. There he is.
Uber Eats. They bring the chicken to you.
Hey, I'm good enough to be a wing. I demand I be made a wing. 4 of them, not a nugget. I'm classy.
Don't just cut my wings off. Eat all of me.
I am beautiful.
I am old and
She's
beautiful.
like, Gertrude, I saw you come in here.
Oh, I saw that. I was just like, this is awesome. The chicken is safe and receiving necessary care, minus an arm and a leg. The rescue organization used the Brazen Birds close call to promote a program they have for chicken adoptions. Although this lucky chicken is not up for adoption, the organization says. The picture of the post shows the patient animal services offer chasing the chicken around the building before it's finally able to capture it. All animals are adopted as family pet, the organization was careful to stress. Interesting in adding to your flock, Animal Rescue League wrote, while the hen isn't currently available for adoption, we have many others who are. Our one member of the Animal Rescue League suggested that they naming the chicken Dinner, a combination of chicken and Moses, or Chosis. The yet-to-be-named chicken avoided joining the estimated 2 billion chickens that Buffalo Wild Wings sells annually, according to Delish. That's 2,420,260 chickens a day the chain goes through to keep their customers flush with wings. It was offering himself up for sacrifice.
He's like, don't send me to churches.
What do you do? Show up at the door and say, let my people go?
Yes. Yes. I am here to free you. We will wander the streets for at least 30 days.
Show this.
Well, see, I thought this was going to be puppy chow, but no. Apparently, human kibble is a new eating healthy hack.
What?
What?
What? Sorry, Fido, this isn't for you. The latest TikTok nutrition hack has been dubbed human kibble due to its rather striking resemblance to dog food. Well, yeah, that'll make me not want to eat. William Kim at myfoodismetoo.com has tongues and tails wagging since he posted a recipe, racking up 6.3 million views with plenty of opinions on his, human kibble. So it's 19 finely chopped ingredients, including vegetables, chicken breast, tofu, grains, beans, cooked together and mixed up. So it's called human kibble or people kibble. Now, he claims that he's been eating this all day, every day for the past 5 years and hasn't given up the will to live. This isn't exclusive.
Well, I mean, they're not it's a new treat for all the soy boys out there, because it's got the tofu in there. So, hey, might as well get your soy just rammed into you any way you can.
I already
mean-
have a
mean-
dog that wants to get his hands on all the people food he can. I
Yeah.
don't want to encourage him.
No, also, I don't want to eat something that looks like not done stuffing.
Yeah.
That isn't stuffing. If it's
Yeah,
not
I mean,
stuffing,
Don't worry
don't
about
want people-
eating hot food. You just, bury your face in your bowl and dig in like a blue tick coonhound.
I've been wondering how to eat more vegetables, and it turns out I can just put them all into a bowl and cook them. Who knew?
Oh, amazing.
I was complaining the other day that I wished people kibble existed because I'm sick and tired of trying to figure out what to eat, and this is pretty dang close. Tempted to try, but with a lot of spices. Some people are big fan, and other people are saying that's exactly what I feed my dogs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if your coat turns shiny and you start running with wolves too, let me know.
Yes, because I guarantee you Valhalla will be right there because he's all Team Jacob.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is.
I mean, this is what meal prep people have been doing for years. This is not new stuff, rice, chicken. Why does he still have birthing hips?
Because he's a soy boy.
all
He's,
that
he's
soy.
grown man boobs too.
You took all those good-looking vegetables, even though I would never touch a vegetable if my life depended on it.
Yeah.
We stuff it.
And then
He's basically making stuffing and saying, look,
Yeah.
it's delicious.
Yeah.
See, I have a
That's-
rule. I don't eat what my food eats.
Yeah.
Unless it
And
enhances
I
the
believe
flavor.
that's
then
kale, so he lost me right there.
Is that
Again, you
parsley?
chop everything up and put it together. This is not hard. This is not confusing. This is not something.
It's called prep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he's basically making dressing. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Without the breadcrumbs.
Which is not the point. But there you go. If you want human kibble, you can, certainly do that.
Yeah, you can cut
And
up
you're-
some raw fish inside your human kibble. That's going to be good for you.
Oh, yeah. Because that always
Oh.
works out.
Of course, the pink refrigerator in the middle of the Nambani, I can't say that word, desert is a modern oasis. It's
Namibia?
said to be the oldest and I thought this said dirtiest, but driest desert on Earth. So the last thing you would expect to find in the middle of this is a working pink refrigerator. Imagine walking through an African desert, nothing but rocks and barren mountains as far as the eye can see, and all of a sudden stumbling upon a pink refrigerator and a metal table with two small chairs next to it. Sounds like one of those infamous desert mirages, but it's not. It's a the Barbie-inspired fridge is real. It also works. It's constantly restocked with refreshing drinks. Located at about a 20-minute drive from the main road traversing the Namibia desert
Yeah.
from the north to the south, the pink refrigerator was installed by the government's tourist board. It has become one of the most popular attractions in the African country. It was designed as a modern take on the desert oasis for weary travelers looking to quench their thirst. The pink refrigerator is powered by solar energy. It's provided to travelers free of charge in the spirit of hospitality. According to several sources, it's restocked with various drinks such as bottled water and iced tea several times per day. But because the unusual oasis has become so popular with tourists, it can often be empty by the evening. So you'll never get a
Okay,
drink.
oasis with no shade in the desert.
Yeah, but they got water. So, do they have suntan lotion? That's what I'm wondering. People from all over
Yeah.
the world flocked. Yeah, they could go flock off.
Yeah. Mr. Mo, the face I would make Mr. Mo's like, hey, guess what? I found a great place for us. We're going to go. It's a beautiful view. I get out to Nambia and we're next to, an admittedly awesome fridge. But I'm like, you took me all the way out here to sit on scorching ass wicker wrought iron furniture. Great idea.
Yeah.
So what do you think? Is it time for this?
Oh,
Well, we don't have to
Match the-
leave early. We've got no Karen Reed.
Oh, no, we're
I don't
not
know what to
leaving
do with
early.
me.
We're not leaving early. We've got another one. This is just one of them.
Oh,
Oh,
It's been
okay,
a while
cool.
since we've done this.
Double
So
feature.
match the arrestee with their alleged crime. You want to give it a shot there,
is the
Mo?
one in the middle a woman, do we think?
Yeah, it looks like a woman. So we got battery, forgery, possession of a controlled substance, theft, and burglary. Ah, do we
It's a
profile?
Rugrats heavy show. My Rugrats fans are not representing well.
Barbie Pink makes an annoying noise. Sounds familiar.
There.
Oh, what do you got for me, Mo?
Let's see. I'm gonna go controlled substance, pink or purple Reptar.
With the Rugrats shirt on. I
They
joke
all
not.
have Rugrats on.
Oh, they do.
It's
Oh
yeah,
my
my
God.
Rugrats
Oh my
fans are not
goodness.
representing.
Oh,
Tommy
jeez.
Pickles would be so ashamed of all of you. But doing Angelica proud.
All right, who's battery now? Who's battery?
The chick.
All right, battery for her. Forgery.
The guy in the too tight black shirt.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah.
Okay. I was going to say this guy at the very end was forgery, but I'll go for that. I'll stick with you.
Okay.
And then theft.
Theft, the white shirt, and then burglary, the flesh-colored shirt.
Those are tattoos. All right, let's see what we got. Ooh,
Got
the theft
burglary
and
and
burglary
theft.
were right, but the possession of a
So guy
controlled
in the
substance.
tiny shirt was
I had a
battery.
feeling he was forgery.
Yeah.
Millie and Vanilli. He'd signed both names. Chris and Cross.
We got close. We got 2 out of 5, so it's not
Okay.
bad.
Again, ladies, do not use things that are not makeup approved on your face.
What
Beauty
are they-
buffs are getting in trouble yet again for stupidity that they're spreading on TikTok. Makeup influencers across the globe are using Sharpies. Yes, that's right, permanent Sharpie markers to use it as lip liner. Now,
What?
if you gentlemen have ever been confused about the 973 tubes that your wife has, the lip liner is going to be what they draw their lips on because they're unhappy with what God gave them, and then they'll put lipstick on top of that to create an even more firm foundation of color.
And if it does start vibrating, just know that is not lip gloss that she's got in there.
Yeah.
If you feel a burning sensation on your lips, you might want to stop.
Sharpies, while they may be non-toxic and labeled as such, are not meant to go on your skin. But these morons are using them because they're absolutely moron. I have no words. Repeal
She's
the
trying
19th.
to blend it.
She just obviously doesn't understand what Sharpie means.
Wow.
If you've ever
Wow.
wondered what your wife is doing in there that's taking so long, hopefully it's not this.
Yeah, because if they're, and they're you have to remember that these are the same kids that were, trying to compete in the Tide Pod challenges there.
Yes.
So same age group, same demographic.
So
You thought the kid
Now-
drawing on your walls was bad. Jeez.
now this is worrisome, as I guess there is a new precious gem package of Sharpies that is, making all the makeup mavens just scream. Absolutely not.
pain.
A damn Sharpie? That is ridiculous. Is this rage bait? Oh my God, I'm so mad. And it transcends all, creeds, colors, shapes, forms. Everyone's stupid.
Yes.
Do not do this.
No.
Now, Jamie Allen, a PhD in pharmacology and toxicology, told, people Sharpies don't smudge. He sees the appeal, but they have no idea what Sharpie's going to do to your skin. So, I guess caveat emptor, buyer beware. It is labeled as non-toxic and fine point. So there you are. We have no idea what will happen if you constantly ingest small amounts of ink into your body daily. While it is non-toxic, it's non-toxic on paper and things like that, not on your skin. Now, researchers have said that it probably won't kill you, but that doesn't mean it's a great idea. Stick to smoking, children. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, their brains are fried anyway, so it's not going to affect them.
Kroger still has Tide Pods listed under Hispanic food.
Oh my God.
Now, looking for a legitimate hack, makeup celebrity artist says that the secret to a perfect lip line is using the lipstick bullet backward. If that made any sense to you, you're more of a girl than I am, so congratulations.
I'm on a what on a?
Anna? I'm just wondering, I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
Mainly because I don't need to wear lipstick. I have such
Your
beautiful
guy
lips.
liner is appropriate.
I know. It's called a beard.
Yes. Yes.
Just saying.
That's my lip liner.
Yep. It lines my lips.
And just to let you guys know, Hulk Hogan is still alive and not dead, although recent pictures of him have led people to question his sanity.
Well, his career is.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Hulk Hogan's rep addresses rumors that he's on his deathbed. Hulk Hogan is still standing. And
Sort of.
And Gawker isn't. Take that, his ex-wife.
Sure.
The WWE Hall of Famer was recently hospitalized ongoing with neck and back issues, though despite speculation, he is, not dead. His rep continued that over the years, he's had severe problems with his back and neck, and he underwent a successful neck surgery. But rumors were abounding that the 71-year-old, was on his deathbed and might not make it. Now, his rep had previously told TMZ in May that the Hulk simply needed a fusion, procedure and nothing like life-threatening. But
It sounds to me like he's trying to just get some money for suing like the World Wrestling organizations and stuff like that.
also,
Because
sir, you can
Good
afford
luck.
a good wig.
yeah,
Like, this is Party City. This is a $20 wig. You can afford human hair, sir.
wow,
There are people that have wigs of that very look.
exactly.
Hulk, let me hook you up with Mo. You'll look
Yeah.
fabulous.
Yes,
We'll go to
she will-
TMZ.
She will have
That's
you
right.
set up,
Yeah. Rebel Gypsy.
and you level up from chewing Crayolas.
Yamaha would
catch up.
never.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
You would-
So there you go. He is not dead. He's still alive,
Oh,
along with Kevin Spacey, to my eternal lament.
well, at least he's not seeing this guy right here, the Filipino healer that treats sick people with pit viper bites. For years, Rosalio cult, I just read it as cult, self-described healer from the Philippines has been treating the sick by allowing them to be bitten by venomous pit vipers. He's also known
Why
as
are all the
Datu
fun
Kamadang.
careers taken?
Well, he's a controversial healer who's pit viper venom to treat various ailments. He claims that the only discovered the curative properties of snake venom by accident after being bitten by one of his pet pit vipers many years ago. At the time, he was battling several illnesses, but just days after being bitten by the snake, he felt a lot better, so he deduced that the bite had cured him. He's been preaching the benefits of
Sir,
North Philippine temple pit
It bit
viper.
your wife and she died. That's not your medical illness. He's like, yeah, the tinnitus
Adios.
went away, the ringing in my ears, the constant pain in my neck. It's weird.
Have you considered the properties of the Pentecostal church?
Yeah, but they won't let me lead because I have boobs, which is why I had to make the church
I
of
meant
Mo.
him, not you.
Well, he's saying that the temple pit viper is a safe snake whose venom isn't deadly and doesn't cause the flesh around the bite to rot. That's because the snake's venom is primarily neurotoxic, which with a much smaller percentage of hematopic venom peptides. The snake's bite is not known to be fatal, but calling it safe is a bit of an exaggeration. You think?
Just a slight bit?
Look, if I need to get high, there's gummies. Okay, I don't need a pit viper.
Oh, I mean, I would say it would be much better if you would just eat some cupcakes. Sydney-based maker Macy Nimmer is recognized as an innovator in the baking world and creator of the world's first standing cupcake bouquet. Flowers are always well-received gift, but so are sweets, so why not combine them into offering good enough to eat? It's not quite how Macy Nimmer came up with the idea for her famous cupcake bouquet, but the result was definitely the showstopper she hoped it would be. The young Australian has always been passionate about food and art, even though she lacked any formal baking training. Oh, well, I know a guy. The young Australian has always been passionate about food and art, so even though she lacked any formal baking training, she did not shy away from starting a cupcake business, experimenting for countless hours until she found the right consistencies and designs. Once she mastered a bunch of eye-catching floral design for her cupcake frosting, she decided to assemble them into gorgeous, edible bouquets. These are pretty good looking. I mean,
Those are really good. I mean, and considering she's using piping tips, it's really hard to create those. You have to have a lot of tips, a lot of know-how, and to get those color variations, that's a lot of work.
that is a lot of work, but they look absolutely gorgeous.
Oh, they do.
She spent hours researching, experimenting with different cupcake
I used
recipes.
to be a cake decorator.
Oh, did you?
Oh yeah, that.
Mm-hmm.
I've also gotten married a couple times too. Not for the cake. I mean, either time though. Third time's always a chance.
I mean, I'm guessing that's plastic or something on the outskirts of it, because I can't imagine that that's all edible.
Yeah, the paper's probably, but all the flowers, all the things that you see, that's frosting.
Okay, she should be wearing a different top. I'm sorry, ladies. A see-through top like that you can slightly see through, you shouldn't be wearing a bra underneath it.
Dude, it's Australia.
She should be wearing a nude bra. You wear a white bra, you're going to see it.
Yeah.
If you match your flesh tone, it doesn't stick out. But yeah, also you're working with frosting. This isn't fair. This is a trap.
You know
Look,
what?
this chick cannot work.
I don't mind the view. It's fine.
I mean,
fine.
she's
I've got a pair
cute
at
enough.
home. I don't pay enough attention to. Why am I going to look at someone else's boobs?
Why? I mean, because boobs are awesome. You know this,
Again,
Mo.
have a pair at home.
They are awesome, and while I too have a pair at home that are not mine,
Well,
I can appreciate it. I can totally appreciate
It come on a Monday. The envelope bore no mercy, no smile, only that cruel whirling sun of TXU. A logo that shines not with hope, but with consequence. As if to say, you danced, now pay. I broke the seal back like I was peeling back the bandage on a wound I'd done give myself, and there it was. $696.27.
God!
yes.
Good God, what were you smoking?
Now, I recall a time not too long ago when a man could just sleep with just a fan on. Box fan in the window, sheets damp with his own resolve. But then came August. August, that devil in cargo shorts. She comes with air so thick you can taste the mosquitoes before they bite you. And I, a weak and weary creature, I touched the thermostat, dropped her down to 71, the sin of comfort. I knew what I was doing. Each degree of betrayal, each hour a soft lie told in Freon, but I pressed on. A man cannot sweat through 3 showers a day and still hold his head high at the HEB. Now I'm shackled, betrayed and bound by wattage and poor choices, and yet I will do it again, for I have known the chill, and I will not go back.
This guy needs his own weekly segment.
Oh my God. Yes, he needs to come here and we can just talk like hillbilly regrets of being comfortable in your own damn house. Although I am turning into my father, or I don't know, but the typical dad, I'm like, who touched the thermostat? We are not paying. If y'all mess up my new refrigerator oven, which again, Mr. Mo, poor Mr. Mo got saddled with me when we had the new AC guy come in. And I did not realize, and I still don't understand the concept of why you have to buy a fucking furnace when I want the AC fucking fixed. Because the guy kept saying, okay, we're going to work on your furnace. And I was like, I looked at my husband and I was like, is this man stupid? Why is he talking about a furnace? It is 80 damn degrees. We are growing mildew in our house. I am hot, uncomfortable. It is August. And the guy, I think the guy was trying to pull his hair out with me. So I was like, okay, fine. So I have to buy the oven and the freezer together. And he's like, if that's how you have to look at it, you have to look at it like that. Because I was like, I just want the air conditioning. And they're like, we have to put in a new furnace. And I was like, I don't think you understand. It is August. I don't need a furnace. I have a wood stove over there. What I need is to not murder my family when they're, because I'm too sweaty already. I got that thing going down the crack of my behind, all the way from your spine to the crack of your behind. And it's going to be bad. And Mr. Mo was like, we have to buy the furnace. And I was like, no, the fuck we don't. We just need an air conditioner.
Now, I will say a few years ago, I felt so guilty because I go out of town for work and the AC goes out. Like when it starts getting hot in Tennessee.
Oh, no.
Like it was end of May, 1st of June. I mean, it's getting hot. It goes out like the first day I'm out of town, and I'm out of town for a week.
Oh, no.
There I am sitting in my hotel room with the AC blasting, and my family's at home sweltering. I felt so guilty.
For about 5 seconds.
No. I felt so good. I was like, it's like, well, I wonder if I could find a way to be able to move some stuff around to be able to get home early. I mean, I felt so bad. I felt so bad. But I did get home and fix it. So, because I'm too cheap to call an AC repair company to come out and fix, change out a resistor or something. I go back to using YouTube for what I originally used YouTube for, and that was to repair stuff before I met all you crazy ass people.
Well, yeah. You don't hate the Federal Education Bureau enough. A Hartford woman who graduated high school unable to read and write offers to settle her lawsuit against the school system. A $3 million settlement offer has been filed in a lawsuit that alleged educational neglect and abuse by Hartford Public Schools. The attorneys representing the complainant announced Tuesday. Now, the lawsuit alleges that the Board of Education, the city, and the special education instructor failed Alicia Ortiz because she was able to graduate without being able to read or write. Now, at some point, where are the parents responsible for this shit?
Where is she responsible for this shit? I mean, her herself. Okay, how do you make it through that long in life without ever even attempting to learn to read or write?
I'm with you though. How, as a parent, do you not know your kid can't read and write?
Well, so I will say for my son, my middle son, with the COOF and everything, they didn't do the early screening when they were supposed to for dyslexia. So he got a lot farther than he was supposed to being dyslexic.
I get
but
that.
I also have the same problem. So it was hard to know with him, is this normal turning things around backwards, or is this my stuff too?
Right.
Now, it is claimed that her learning disabilities were not properly addressed by the board, and as a result, she continued to struggle academically. Now, herein lies the problem with the parent, because as a parent with children with special needs, every 6 months or so, we have a conference, and you can generally, they give you a bunch of things, parental rights.
Yes.
You have to sign it. You have to fill it out.
Right.
So It's not like they went years, and if they were going years, it's incumbent upon you as the parent, if a school is not addressing something, to take your children out of it.
Yes.
Yeah, you have goals that you have to meet in those meetings. It says, okay, that they say, okay, your child is meeting these goals. Okay, your child is not meeting these goals, or they say like continuing improvement or whatever. So the parents are aware of what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is not like, again, there's something hinky going on here with the parent involvement. I want to see more of this. Now, more of the info.
So I'm staying for Priscilla, John.
So now this is for a settlement. We don't know if they're going to actually follow it. Now, it does say that she has been at least diagnosed with a speech impediment, dyslexia, ADHD, and initially she was from Puerto Rico, so there was an ESL, or English as a second language, component to that too.
How would she know she's from Puerto Rico? She can't even spell it.
Well, I'm guessing her geography skills aren't great.
She can't read it. She can't write it. How the hell she know?
Also, it's a U.S. territorial, so I'm sure that the Department of Education does have some sway there, as corrupt and ridiculous as Puerto Rico is. That being said, Alberta and Puerto Rico, 21st and 22nd state in the Union. I'm ready. 21st. I'm probably going to move to Alberta, though. No offense, Puerto Rico.
Oh, gosh. You've got to see this, though. This is glorious.
This is how I look. Mind you, in a Google Earth car. Are they gonna find this on the internet?
Yes.
This is how I look.
Are they going to find this on the internet?
What?
Yes.
In the blue whale hell is that?
That was a sports bra, and the sports bra, again, doing God's work. Gray, probably not the color that one, again, no.
I've seen better looking people come running out of the trailer.
You have to check if kids are trying to write with a pen or coloring their lips.
Pretty
Fair.
much.
Fair.
Well, you guys were talking about Muppets earlier, and I have to show it.
Give me your money, bitch.
Oh, calm down, bro.
You calm down. Just hurry up.
Are you a black guy?
Are you serious?
What?
What, just because I'm robbing you mean I'm black?
Well, I mean,
Why would you think that?
I don't know, maybe because you're robbing me and you're black?
How you know I wasn't a white guy?
Because, bro, you talk black.
Excuse me? Talk black?
Sorry. I mean, talk African American.
I didn't know black was a language.
Look, man, I didn't mean to offend you, okay? I was nervous.
How would you feel if I just assumed you was a gardener?
I am a gardener.
How would you feel if I assumed you was in a mariachi band?
I'd be fine with it. I love mariachi.
How would you feel if I assumed you was illegal?
Oh, okay. Calm down. That's too far. Who you been talking to?
Doesn't feel too good, does it?
Okay, how would you feel if I assumed you need to pay child support?
How would you feel if I assumed all you did was get drunk and watch soccer?
How would you feel if I assumed you only eat chicken and watermelon?
How would you feel if I assumed you only eat tacos and fajitas?
Well, how would you... Damn, I could really go for a taco right now, actually.
Actually, I could do the same.
There's actually an amazing taco truck down the street.
Oh, really? I gotta check that out.
You probably won't like it, though, because they don't have grape soda.
You know the difference between a Hispanic and a stoner?
What?
Stoners have papers.
You know the difference between a black father and a boomerang?
What's that?
Boomerang comes back.
What's your favorite band? Juan Direction?
What's really long and black? The line at KFC.
That one's kind of funny. I like that one.
It's good, right? I like Juan Direction, I'm not gonna lie.
It was a good one, right?
Yeah, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad.
Wow.
Oh rip to our channels. They were fun while they lasted.
Wow. Demonetized in 5, 4, 3,
4, 3, 2,
1.
No,
That's why
still there.
they're making Blazing Saddles, but with puppets. That's the only way it could get done.
Blazing Saddles was the greatest movie in all of history.
It was
Yes.
It was hilarious.
Yes, it was absolutely hilarious.
and would never be
When
made
I
today.
you, your soul will need therapy. I'm literally going to destroy your and rebuild it with my mouth. As I'm you, you'll be your ancestors looking.
This has not happened to me before.
Oh God! Oh God!
Did you just get it?
Mr. Mo has been like, what in the actual crap? And I was like, it works out well for you, doesn't it? Although there have been times, at Walmart, I'm like, please don't go Wi-Fi. Look, that's the pastor right there, and he does not need to know that my Kindle needs Jesus.
Every once in a while, Diva will look over and go, "What are you looking at on your phone?" And I'm like, Sudoku.
Sudoku.
Don't look stupid.
How they can get through some of these passages without laughing, because I've thought about doing like voiceover work for audiobooks, but then I realized I couldn't stop giggling. So teens are fambushing their parents. I have no idea what this means, but now that So basically, kids are now taking this Life 360 thing and realizing when their parents are at, like, say, Target or near a Walmart or something like that, and they're texting their parents like, oh, get me, Starbucks or something. Now, my kids know not to do this because I go to Starbucks, I think, once every 7 years. Like, the last time I went, I think I was in, like they have them in Meijer or they have them in like stores. And I just wanted something to drink. And I was like, fine, F it. I think I've got a gift certificate from somewhere. Right. So the guy was like, oh my God, what do you want? And I was like, do you have like just like one of their shakes? I was like, give me one of those, a small one or whatever the hell you call them. And he's like, oh my God, does that go with caramel sprinkles? And I was like, no, sweet, I don't know. I haven't had Starbucks in 5 years. He's like, oh, 5 years? How do you survive? I was like, I spend all my money on wigs and Sailor Moon. I really had to make a cut.
Yeah.
Priorities. I'm the most boring guy at Starbucks. I'm like, I just want black coffee. That's all I want. You want creamer? No. Just
I also don't want to tell you my name, random person.
Yeah.
This is a transaction. I can't wait till they replace everyone with kiosks, and then I don't have to feel bad for any of my choices at a fast food thing. Like double dipping sauce.
I did use Expert once.
That was the funniest thing, because I walked into the brewery and I was like, shit, I probably should have figured out people's names. Because the little hostess was there and she's like, so who you looking for? I was like, is there a group with the Expert? And she's like, Expert of what? And I was like, well, that's kind of his name. Like, as I'm saying things, I'm realizing how they're coming out. And I was like, look, there's probably a group of people. I don't really know how they look like from like torso down. So maybe if you could just give me like headshots of all of them, I could kind of know. She's just like, how about I walk you around to the big parties? And I was like, that'll work.
That's okay. We didn't recognize you either. You walked in, we were like, who's this hot chick? And I'm like, oh, it's Mo. Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah. It's just like, wait, that's Mo? Like, I mean, and it's funny because all these people are coming up to me and go, oh my God, have you seen Mo? It's like, yeah. So like, that camera doesn't do her justice at all.
Yeah.
What we've decided is you have a reverse filter on your camera to make you not look as good as you do in person. So I don't know if we need to change your lighting or
we probably
make sure
do.
Mr. Mo stops putting the Vaseline on the lens or what.
Well, you guys, I didn't realize that my camera had options to be sharper until like 3 weeks ago. Mr. Mo was like, "You realize you've got this on the lowest setting?" I was like, "There's settings?" He's like, so that's why I look clearer now, is because I was like, "Oh, I was wondering." Thank you.
Jim, you have what you see
You
right
have no
here.
idea.
What you see right here, this is about like 30% of how good looking Mo is. So if you
Yes.
think that she is always so gorgeous, you should see her in real person, in 3D real person life, because she is much more lovelier than even this right here.
Yes.
Well,
Yes, she
thanks.
is.
Because now I have to call my mom and explain to her why I didn't take any pictures. I think I'm just going to tell her that my friend tried to get me into a fight with another redhead. And that's why.
That's true. That is true.
Expert in the loudest. I mean, it was like having my youngest, most feral with Expert there, because the redheaded pregnant chick was getting, and Expert's like, Mo's redhead and she's had kids. Get in there. And I'm like, the hell?
That's about
I
right.
was like, if you would like to pull a Steve Irwin, I congratulate, and there's your stingray. But don't. I know I need this.
Squirrel. Yeah, I mean, just looks like a regular cup.
That is an amazing cup.
I know, isn't it? I love it.
I need that.
I.
I have way too many coffee cups.
Yeah, I
Me
need it
too.
Oh my gosh. So
So-
what is this femme slamming or fam?
So basically, kids are now watching you, or your family can watch your location, and when you're out doing something, they can add little tasks. Now, I think this is kind of okay, mostly for groceries, because I don't know if any of you have experienced the wonder of spending all your time at Walmart picking out everything, and then realizing that the full empty box of Pop-Tarts was actually a decoy because your family expects you to be like One-Eyed Willie and go on a Goonies-like trip for freaking snacks that you don't fucking eat. They're like, we're out of Pop-Tarts. And I'm like, have I eaten a Pop-Tart in 2 years?
No, I haven't eaten a Pop-Tart in quite some time.
They're like, well, the box is empty. Did you feel it?
That's why I demand the people of my household to make lists. I'm like, if you don't put it on the list, you ain't getting it.
Yeah.
And I'm not going back out because I don't like people.
Me either.
So
Although I will say Mr. Mo has gotten more used to the whole doing like the Mr. Mom things. So he's going to the stores and everything. He's like, why are we always out of X? And I'm like, welcome to my life.
what I really love is when you're young children decide, oh, I want this, and then they never eat it. Like, you just made me spend $20 on this, and you haven't even touched it, and now it has gone to waste.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah,
could have bought a case of beer with this money.
Yeah, or you spend an entire day like making something and they're like, can we just have ramen noodles?
Yes. Yes.
And you're like, sure.
And I try to introduce the concept that my parents introduced to me, which was, if you don't like what I make, don't eat.
Well, I learned to cook in self-defense. My mom likes big chunks and I have a textural issue. So
Yeah.
my mom was fine for me cooking, you know, for everyone as long as I got to fix what she was making
Right.
for my own safety.
Yeah. Yeah. I have to do that with my wife. Make it damn less. Like what do you want for, because me, I'm happy. I can walk into a grocery store. I can grab a few steaks and I'm set for like the rest of the week. Like she's like, but I want something different. I was like, all right, what do you want? I don't know.
See, what my family doesn't understand is I still have that college mentality where I can buy a $5 Little Caesars pizza and eat on that damn thing for 2 days.
Exactly.
So,
Hey, I'm there.
it's like if you don't tell me what you want, you're going to be eating like a college student.
Exactly.
Not to mention, I break down my list. I realize I am very type A for a chaos demon. So Mr. Mo's like, how do you remember where everything is in the grocery store? Because I have pantry, I have produce, like when you walk in the store, I kind of have that. And he's like, how do you do that? And I was like, how do you write lists?
Yeah,
And he said, I just
do
put
the same
everything
thing.
on there.
Like mine goes from like at the moment that I walk in the door, walking through the store, going down whatever aisles. I'm not going to be going down the paper aisle unless I'm getting toilet paper, and that's completely different. I'm going to be like, I write it out in my, on my list of like, okay, I need this many like things here, and I need this from here, and what do I need? Frozen meat, milk, all that kind of stuff. Just walking down through it, and that's how I make my list out. So as I'm going down through it now, my wife, she makes a list, and it's just like, oh, I think we need some batteries. Oh yeah, look, I think we're running low on like female products here, and it's like so random that I end up like whenever I'm walking through the store, I'm like having to go back and forth. I'm like, I don't want to walk around all over the place. I like to get in there, get my shit, and go.
Yeah, same.
Except I don't know about y'all, but people must know I'm not a people-in. They must know I'm not like a people-topian. And God sends these people who are extroverts, who are Walmart greeters into my life. And I just try to be kind because I know that the rapture is coming with all the news stories I read. I know that, final form Jesus is on his way. So I'm just trying to be nice and possibly get into purgatory. And it's like these people, once you engage and say like, oh, hi, have a nice day. And then they continue to talk to you as you're slowly inching away. And they're like,
that's so annoying.
And I'm like, no.
Or it's like the people with like really bad halitosis, and they want to like get really in your space and talk to you, and the whole time you're just like, okay, I don't want to talk to you really.
That's why I had to master what I call the look, where they start talking to you and then you just look at them like they're a total dumbass, because they are, and then they stop. Like, leave me alone.
Have you seen this? This is the most glorious thing.
I love this.
Yes.
So I'm gonna break it down for you. All right. And if somebody wants to know what I mean by turn violent, all right, this is what I mean. If you resist lawful orders, you're going to jail. Let me be very clear about that. If you block an intersection or a roadway in Brevard County, you are going to jail. Nice. If you flee arrest, you're going to go to jail tired, because we are going to run you down and put you in jail. If you try to mob rule a car in Brevard County, gathering around it, refusing to let the driver leave, in our county, you're most likely going to get run over and dragged across the street. If you spit on us, you're going to the hospital and in jail. If you hit one of us, you're going to the hospital and jail, and most likely get bitten by one of our big, beautiful dogs that we have here.
Yes.
If you throw a brick, a firebomb, or point a gun at one of our deputies, we will be notifying your family where to collect your remains at, because we will kill you graveyard dead. We're not going to play. This has got to stop. You're watching what's taking place out there. You're seeing police officers that are being attacked, being spit on, being put in harm's way just for doing their jobs. You're seeing ICE agents that are being targeted for doing their jobs.
That woman has never been more aroused in her life.
That are doing all of this.
I know.
Standing in the way of law and order.
She's like, I love this guy.
She's like, usually the fact that you smell like bacon when you're walking really isn't a turn on, but keep talking. Bad cop.
Did the AC get turned down in here?
Oh yes, he was like,
Doesn't seem to be working.
Will you be my bad cop? Welcome,
bad,
I'm done people
arrest
for the day,
me.
maybe for the month, probably forever.
Same bug. Same.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Change the wording slightly and you have Jeremy. Don't know what that means. What is going on? Oh my gosh. So what do you have coming? You have something coming up today, don't you, Mo?
Yeah, I'm going to do some Petty Express. We're going to the first Lori Vallow Charles Daybell case. We kind of did a little bit of the first day. So just a short Petty Express. Then I'm going to check with Failhammer. We may, if we don't have Legal Shenanigans Theater because his schedule's changing a bit, I'll probably do Petty Express on Saturday. So getting back to the Petty Express, if you have a case that you're wanting us to look at, I was going to do this Lori Vallow case, the Brandon Boudreaux case, and then maybe we'll go to that creepo in Florida.
Oh, dear Lord.
We got a new one here.
What did Wednesday do? Damn.
I don't know.
Wednesday's strung out.
Well, not as bad as Molly Ringwald over here.
Is that a chick?
Wow.
Yes, that's a chick over here. These
Interesting.
These are. It looks like they're all chicks except for the guy on the end. So what do you think? Violating a protective order? Who do you think did that?
The redhead.
Right there.
Yeah, I could see
Yeah.
that.
Burglary. I'm gonna say that one.
She only goes out during midnight hours. I'm
Yeah.
thinking, you know, I
I
feel
want to say that Bass Pro Shop did the domestic assault.
yes.
No,
I'm
I
gonna
would
guess-
say she's animal abuse.
You know what?
Animal
Probably
abuse?
she probably got them puppy dogs in her purse.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
She's
then
a breeder.
who did the domestic assault then?
The first chick.
Yeah, the
chick?
first.
Okay, so you're thinking animal abuse and him with
Yes.
the DUI?
Yep.
Yeah, because he's married to the animal abuser. He was just trying to drive away. He just happened to be drunk. He was like, I was drunk at home.
I'm thinking
Didn't mean-
that burglary. I'm thinking that he did the burglary, and she was driving under the influence. But
Well,
submit
he's
it.
too happy. That's why I think he's
Yeah.
the DUI.
Oh, he's too happy. Just like
Yeah. He's
Well,
like,
he's
well, just another
shirtless.
day.
just another day. All right, come on,
Look, he
5 out
was-
of 5.
Look, he didn't know that a lawnmower was considered a moving vehicle.
I was right.
Domestic
That was
assault, burglary,
That was
DUI.
right.
I could also see the younger chick getting the DUI.
Yeah.
Burglary was right. Violating
burglary
a
was-
protective order, and can't say I'm surprised on that one.
Yeah.
Hey, her felon boyfriend promised to love her forever.
Well, see, this would have been the animal abuse. That's what I said. Animal abuse.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
turns out it was the redhead.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, damn. We missed another one.
She wouldn't have violated if his wife hadn't have gotten in the way.
Yeah.
I
It's not
mean,
easy being a side chick.
it definitely is not.
I'm doing this to my children.
You like this? English teenager sues parents for tricking him into moving to Ghana. 14-year-old English boy recently won a legal battle with his parents, whom he accuses of tricking him into flying to Ghana and then preventing him from returning home. An unnamed teen told London Court Appeal in March of 2014 he was tricked by his parents into flying to Ghana under the pretext of visiting a sick relative, only to be enrolled at boarding school in the African country. Despite the 14-year-old's best efforts to return to his home country, he was prevented from doing so by his parents. He found some lawyers and took them to court. Initially, the High Court in London ruled in favor of the parents who claimed to have the boy's best interest in mind when they shipped him to Ghana under false pretenses. But a court of appeal recently revoked that verdict and sided with the teen, considering that his freedom of choice had been infringed. You don't have freedom of choice at
Freedom of
14
choice.
years old.
You
You're
are
in
14.
England. How do you have freedom of anything?
I know.
Well, not to mention, this is probably the safest place. Sad enough, England is dealing with a lot. The UK, for young boys who are, would you call them African British? Hell, I don't know what you're, black. For kids that are black
Yeah.
in the inner city in London, the stabbing epidemic is crazy. So it's probably safer for him to be in a, Ghanaian boarding school than inner city London schools.
Well, but here's your choice. You have the stabbings in London, or you have the all-out guerrilla warfare, constant tribal warfare of Africa.
He's trying to learn a trade, Storm. How dare you?
That's why they took him to Ghana, to learn a
Mercenary
trade.
Yes. Or to
HVAC.
take people out. One of the two.
Hand jobs for everybody.
Hand jobs.
Yep. Get these kids working.
That's right.
So you ready to end this thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's do this. Everybody have a wonderful, wonderful day. And of course, remember FNL tonight.
That's right.
Tonight over with the expert. I'm going to be sending you guys over to Mo's. She's got another one coming up at 10:30. Make sure that you hit the like and subscribe if you haven't done so, and all those other glorious things, and show Mo some love, because
thank you, guys.
She's Mo.
That's right.
Peace, y'all.
Yep.
Let's get started. Oh, that's real good.